Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm bringing you a process video for this layout. I created this layout for the March Jot mood board, and you can find that at jotmagazine.com and all of the details. I just wanted to walk you through a little bit of this process for how I created using the mood board, where I drew my inspiration from, what elements that I used within the mood board. And for this particular mood board, I did tend to focus on the colours. So you can see that there I'm flicking through some products. The papers that I've got and I'm looking at are from a upcoming release by Pink Paisley. It's called the Atlas collection, and it's travel themed, but obviously you can see that I'm scrapbooking my son. This was the day after he was born, and I wanted to create a bit of a welcome to the world layout where I document his birth details. So his weight, the day he was born, his length, etc. So what I've done is pulled together some embellishments and papers, and I've chosen to be inspired mainly by the colours of this mood board. I just was really loving the combination that was there. And what I'm doing now is I wanted to add an element of stars to the layout. I thought welcome to the world, and then I thought about the night and stars, and I thought that was a nice way of making this layout a bit more masculine as well. So I've got some lip spackle, which was one of my favourite mixed medium products. It's got a really gorgeous creamy texture, and it's really crisp and white. It's not cream in colour like a gesso might be. It also on masks creates such a gorgeous intricate image as well, and it doesn't bleed, it has a slight puffiness to it. It's just lovely. So I've done that and allowed a little bit of time to dry. I had an idea. I wanted the strip of that blue paper to dominate my page, and what I've done is framed my photo in just one of the chipboard frames from a frame pack from American Crafts. I've also grabbed a tag from Pink Paisley in the Atlas collection as well, and it did have a plain symbol underneath, but I've covered that with the world and my globe, and my idea is that I will pop that up on foam tape and make a bit of a feature of that. So what I'm doing now is trying to tie in some of the other colours in the mood board. I have layered already a doily, a tag. I love that little die cut tab that said my view, because although it's not a view of a travel destination, it was the view that I couldn't stop staring at after he was born. I think that the nurse ended up taking him out of the room. I think it might have been on the first or the second night, so that I would get some sleep, because I just couldn't stop staring at him. So he was just so gorgeous, and I think I did the same thing with my daughter as well, and she ended up getting taken away for a couple of hours to give me some sleep. I've added in that yellow, and it's got a really small star print on it, and I just wanted to sort of tie in and bring your attention back to the center and back to the photos. So that's why I've added a strip at the top and the bottom. And now I'm trying to, I actually had a lot of trouble with this layout and bringing together my ideas and how I wanted the design. And I was trying to add some more layers and dimension to the page, and I did a lot of fluffing around on this layout. I've cut out so much from this video just because I didn't want to bore you all completely. But I found this one tough. I don't know why. I'm not sure at all. And I've got to apologise now that you can see my ceiling fan is on and it's reflecting on the silver and the globe and my ruler, so I apologise for that. The tool that I'm using there, that little hello sticker from Jelly Bean Soup, I'm wanting to write hello Jack. So the tool that I've got is a powder applicator by EK Success, and that takes the adhesive off the sticker so that then I can move it all around and decide where I wanted to place it. So that's really, I find that's something that I'm always grabbing when I'm creating a layout, just so that I can move things around. One of those scrappers that likes to play around and to move things around before I adhere things. So if there was a big gust of wind that was going to come and blow in my direction of my page, I would lose the placement of everything pretty much. I don't sort of stick until I'm pretty confident with what I'm doing. By this stage, I had pretty much figured out the main placement of most of the elements, so that's why I am starting to adhere. And the title you will see coming up was really, it's always something that I leave till the end, and I have a vague idea when I create, but for this layout I created it. I knew what I wanted the title to be. I had a lot of different thickers chosen to use, and as I couldn't make up my mind, and then when it came to actually placing the title on the page, I couldn't find the right spot, and I would have spent a good half an hour, I think, moving the title from one spot to another and really trying to figure out where I was going to put it. I just felt that everywhere I tried to place it, it was not looking, the design was not what I had envisaged. So I ended up on this was later at night when I was creating this page, hence the light not being fantastic. I ended up finishing it up and coming back to it fresh the following day, and it all fell together beautifully, so I was relieved because I was getting a bit worried. So what I'm doing now is adhering everything down, and on my frame I ended up sort of having to double layer my foam tape because the peg and the chipboard frame had bulked it up so much. I love, sometimes you can see what I'm doing with that tag, I've popped some foam tape at the top, but down the bottom I've just put a tape adhesive, and I love that sometimes I can add a little bit of dimension to certain elements but not necessarily the whole piece, so just that top is of the tag is raised up. Now this is the beginning of my title placement, and you'll see that I've popped it on the pattern paper. I wasn't feeling like it was popping enough off the page and making enough of a statement, so then I thought, oh, maybe I'll run it along the bottom of that part, and then I thought, oh no, maybe I'll run it along the top, oh no, maybe I'll run it now along the very bottom of my page. And I sat and I looked and I moved, and this is the next day, all nice and fresh as a daisy I was, and I moved it back to where I began with. Surprise, surprise, or maybe not, I'm not really sure, but I think maybe that sleep and that fresh eyes really helped me to get the layout sorted in my head. What I'm doing now is adding some rub-ons by Maggie Holmes. I think they're the open book collection. I just wanted to add a little bit of extra details now. So I'd had all my layers in place. I had my main focus of the layout with my title and obviously my picture completed, the little tag with the Hello Jack, and now I just wanted to add those little finishing touches that make me feel like a layout is complete. I am learning, I'm not sort of one to, hopefully, just keep going and adding to. I like to balance my layouts and not make them too busy, and I do sort of know, I hope that I would know when to stop. So I've added a few of the rub-ons. One of them says a favourite moment, there's a heart, there's one that says love you, and I've pulled out of my stash, I felt like the white whip spackle stars from the template. I think that was a Jenny Boland template, I didn't mention that. I felt like they needed a little bit more of a pop, so I found some Brighton Pier Studio Calico silver rub-on stars, and I've added just a few of those to the page. I was trying to spread them out evenly in that nice diagonal direction like I had placed the whip spackle. I've also stitched the title down with my sewing machine, and those letters, because I'd moved them so much to try and get the right placement, had no adhesive left on them at all. So I was definitely going to either need to use a liquid glue or stitch them down, so I took the stitch them down route for that one. I'm just adding those, like I said, those final finishing touches, some enamel dots. Those puffy stickers from the Pink Paisley Atlas range are adorable, and I found some little stars to go along with my whole star theme, so they were super cute, and they've actually got stripes on them as well. I wanted to add a geotag just for the whole location world little theme thing I had going, so I added one of those from, I don't know where, I may have picked them up from, Studio Calico maybe, not quite sure. I've also added a vellum sticker from a Studio Calico set, and it says this day was perfection, and that's on that tag. There's my journaling love typed and added, and here's our close-ups. I hope that this has given you an insight into my process for the mood board challenge. You've got till the end of the month to enter, and A Piece of Cake Designs are sponsoring. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.